First step, we need to create a VCN. We can simply use OCI console to create the VCN. There is a wizard. It's very good. It will create everything. So we can use this wizard to create a VCN with the internet connectivity. So after you create this VCN, you can use the VCN ID, subnet ID in your Terraform code. Okay, in your subnet, we need to pay attention to this subnet security list. Need to open all for this subnet CIDR block because it is easy for you to communicate, make all the nodes communicating with each other. And then we need to download and install the Openshift install client tools and Openshift client. After you downloading and installing, you can run the command line like this. So my command line is like this. It's an OKD version Openshift install command line. And I can use the command line to get the URL for the base images, like this one. Because OCI is using KVM, so we need to use the OpenStack image, which is OpenStack. We need to use this URL to download the URL, extract it from this XZ package, and then upload it to your custom images. Make it as a custom image. Yeah, this is the 2x2 image for the base images. So first of all, you need to have the basic image for setting up OpenShift nodes. The image can be downloaded to one FCOS is for OKD, which is the community version, and IHCOS is for Red Hat OpenShift content platform, which is known as OCP. So I have a basic image set up. I can run the Terraform code to deploy the whole OpenShift in OCP in OCI. So we need to configure some basic parameters like here. So these are basic information for you to authenticate it to OCI platform. You can specify your own values of them, and then which compartment you want to deploy in. And for this OpenShift deployment, you will have some machines like a bootstrap machine and master machine, worker machine. So the bootstrap machine, those machines will have IP addresses. So I have in my environment I can input the value like this one is very easy for me to remember it. So you need to input the values of the IP address, which is need to match the subnet CIDR block of your environment. Okay, this is the basic CoreOS images that you uploaded into your custom images, and then this is the two workers IP addresses, of course, no problem. And this zone you can define it, but I suggest you can use js.s is a private zone, DNS zone, nothing else. Okay, this is a deploy host. You can use this. You can set up a very normal virtual machine in your OCI cloud to deploy the whole thing to run the Terraform code and shell script. So this is the IP address of the deployment host. This is the availability domain that your that you where you will deploy your Openshift nodes in. So this subnet is that we will deploy all these machines in the same subnet for them to easily communicate with each other. And this view ID is you can get this view ID from the subnet. I can show you how. So need to go into this VM is my deployment host, and this is the subnet. From the subnet, we can get in the subnet parent folder is VCN. In this, we have VCN VCN DNS resolver. We can have the default private view. You can see it has the same name of VCN as a VCN. And then we just need this ID, this private view ID. You copy it and paste it in your telephone code. This is the DNS view ID. Okay. EA. Okay, this is the reverse DNS lookup. So what is the string 0010 is like if you have the subnet side as 10.0.0, you can write it like in the reverse order, like 0.0.10 is you know there is a reverse order of it. More detailed configuration like CPU and memory size, you can go into the separate folder, the children folder, subfolder of those nodes. You can define, then it will use the credentials of your Terraform to configure and deploy the Openshift into your OCI environment. So we'll try. Oh, there are also, sorry, it's my bad. There is some necessary steps that we need to do it beforehand. Like we need to register the install client. So it is OpenShift client. This is one OpenShift installer. Yeah, download it and install in your virtual machine until you can run like this command line and OC command line. OC is an OpenShift client, and of course there is a pull secret I mentioned earlier that we need to copy it and download it into your machine. So let me do it. You need to go to the subfolder of OpenShift. It is shell script folder, and paste your pull secret here. Like I have already written some words in it. Now you need to paste your own pull secret in here. Once you have completed running the Terraform code, you can use the OpenShift install command client tool to view the progress of your installation. And this folder is the installation folder. I set it in my code. When the command line finishes its running, you can get the prompt about your kubeconfig file, place, and console URL, and user and password. You can use the user and password to log in, and you can also find this user and password in this installation folder. There is a OS, and here you have this username and password. Okay, and now we need to use VNC. If your deployment host is a VM with GUI, you can log in it in using this VNC viewer. Try to paste the URL in your Firefox browser, and it will prompt you the risk of visiting this non-secure website. But it's no problem, we can trust it. Trust it a second time because it has a redirection. Okay, there's a username and password. The password, try to use this password. So what I've deployed is OKD is a community version. There is something that you can play with. This is an administrator user, and there is a developer user. In this developer user perspective, you can create some project and pipeline or something. And in the administrator perspective, you can use something like networking storage or something. Okay, so we need to make the cluster working. I need to run some command line. Oh, first thing is that use the prompt here. And because I have already installed the OCI, which is Openshift client, so I can run the command. But actually I have two more worker nodes. Why it is not showing? Because we need to approve them to be joining this cluster. So I need to run the command to make them join. Run it several times. Wait some time for them to be joining. Console to create a demo application. Select project basic 3. Okay. Okay, it's up and running. Click here, open URL, and trust it. Okay, it's a simple, very simple hello world. That's it.